Well, the billionaire oligarch ruling class have gathered for their big love fest this week, Davos, the World Economic Forum, WEF, led by none other than Klaus Schwab. And here's here to tell you will eat bugs and you will like it, and we know what's best for your future. He's like 85. How much future does this walking fossil have left? Yet he and the rest of that ilk are trying to do everything they can to hit what they call the Great Reset. And the Great Reset is turning out pretty much to be a bust. And it's a bust because, number one, the truth about these people is getting out. And now in real time, thanks to video, thanks to the internet, people are actually able to see that the people running this thing and espousing these ideas are insane.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
On the one hand, what these people are up to is actually no laughing matter. They really are about the globalist agenda, the one world government. That's what this is all about. And there are things that they are proposing that are downright frightening. They want to restrict everyone from owning anything, that literally you will never again own property, own your own business, but you'll be happier. You'll have things. You'll be able to surf the net, ride around in your little electric pod car, and you will be grateful because these people are going to relieve all the stress from your life while they have all of the wealth. Can I give you an interpretation of the golden rule? Not the one that you might have heard as a kid in Sunday school, do unto others as you would have others do unto you, but the real golden rule. He who has the gold rules. And these people, these uber rich, and it's amazing how they get you and I fighting with each other over cultural issues, over social issues, and that is all done on purpose. It is all bread and circuses designed to keep you and I fighting and at each other so we're not paying any attention to what they're up to. And while they lecture us ad nauseum on things like diversity and inclusion, these guys are one of the most exclusive, elite, racist clubs on the planet. As they lecture us about climate change, they all arrive in their private jets. They are then whisked off to the conference site where nearly 5,000 troops guard them because these are the most brilliant minds of the world. And one of them happens to be the guy we affectionately refer to as Lurch, former presidential candidate, one-time traitor to the United States, selling out his own comrades in arms from Vietnam, John F. Kerry.
And when you stop and think about it, it's pretty extraordinary that we, select group of human beings, because of whatever touched us at some point in our lives, are able to sit in a room and come together and actually talk about saving the planet. I mean, it's so almost extraterrestrial.
E.T., it's time for you to go home.
Invaders from Mars, weird, fantastic beings of a superintelligence, ruling a race of synthetic humans and pitting them against mankind's dream to conquer the universe.
The arrogance. We are the select few that have been touched to save the world. I am sure that an Anthony Fauci dreams of being able to stand on a platform somewhere and say that. I think he gives himself wet dreams and orgasms at night when he dreams about that he thinks he saved the planet, or that at least that is the perception. We all know the real deal about Mr. Anthony Fauci and John Kerry, who got beat by George W. Bush. He's going to save the planet? Really? And the kind of policies that are going to save the planet are things like we have to do less farming because these flatulating cows are emitting greenhouse gases and that is killing the planet. So Klaus Schwab says, you ever eat bugs? Do you ever like it? And I'm not kidding you. He is proposing this, that they are turning bugs into meat that tastes better than meat. They had a vegan orgy love fest at this conference. They're all up there talking about we've got to stop killing and slaughtering animals and be vegan, plant-based and bug-based. That's the way to go. And when we finally get it, you will like it and it will taste better and you will enjoy it. Okay. This is what these individuals are up to. And then, of course, still striving to be relevant, the former vice president, future nothing, Al Gore was there on some angry rant that I don't think anybody really understood.
The accumulated amount is now trapping as much extra heat as would be released by 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every single day on the Earth. That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs and sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice and raising the sea level and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century. Look at the xenophobia and political authoritarian trends that have come from just a few million refugees. What about 1 billion? We would lose our capacity for self-governance on this world.
I think I speak for everyone who was in that room and those of us watching here on this program right now. What the fluck is a rain bomb? No, seriously. And the oceans are boiling. The only other non-intelligent person to ever say that is Greta Thunberg. How dare you? The oceans are boiling. I lived by the ocean for 8 years. I can promise you, I never saw the ocean boil. In fact, when I got in the ocean, I usually got very cold very quickly. So all of this over-the-top hyperbole, you got to watch out for those rain bombs! What is a rain bomb? I never walked out of my house saying, rain bombs are falling on my head.
Raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
We were so lied to during the pandemic. By the way, the CEO of Pfizer was spotted in Davos, walking the streets with his entourage, and people began screaming out at him, "Liar! You lied!" What did he lie about? Well, let's see, he lied about the fact that the vaccine does not do anything that they claimed that it did. I know. I have to be careful what I say here about love potion number 9. Didn't do anything that they claimed that it did, and it turns out really was kind of like not needed. And people have had it, and now they're paying attention. No longer do we just look at this gathering saying, these are a bunch of elitist weirdos who, during the day hours, have all of these seminars and these lectures where, they talk about, bat poop is the wave of the future, and you got to eat bugs, and we got to get rid of flatulating cows, which means farms have got to go away, and we're going to seize all private property because it can only be entrusted to the corporatists because only we know what to do with it, and we'll just take care of you from cradle to grave and you will be so happy. See, we've stopped writing that off as a bunch of crackpot stuff because of the pandemic. There was one good thing that came out of it. People have begun to wake up and look around and realize we're being had, we're being conned, we're being stripped of our rights. Now, some of it may be a little too late, but nonetheless, people are awake. And enough of this. And you need to pay attention to these things. And any politician that supports this and goes there, and I saw that Joe Manchin was there. We saw a so-called Republican from Florida was there. Because, she's there to represent the climate refugees. That's the way illegal immigration is going to be shoved down our throats now. These are climate refugees. This is another manufactured crisis, which is designed to control you, strip you of your rights, your liberties, strip us of all any type of national sovereignty, national loyalty, etc., etc. You ever get in line for the fifth? It will be one order, and you will be happy, and you will like it. You could think this is all my hyperbole, but again, listen to what John effing Kerry said.
And when you stop and think about it, it's pretty extraordinary that we, select group of human beings, because of whatever touched us at some point in our lives, are able to sit in a room and come together and actually talk about saving the planet. I mean, it's so almost extraterrestrial.
These people honestly believe they are better than you. Do you really want them making your decisions about life, your prosperity, your health, etc., etc., etc.?